Johan Santana taking on Randy Johnson, who's going for career win number 299. First inning, no score. Runners on second and third. Carlos Beltran hitting .379. Finds the gap. Luis Castillo, Alex Cora score, 2-0 Mets. Mets led off the game with 4 straight hits off of Johnson. Johan Santana on the mound. He's only allowed 4 earned runs in 46 innings pitched so far this season, entering the day. 4th inning, Giants down 3-1. Aaron Rowan lines a single to left. Benji Molina, Randy Wynn score. Game tied at 3. The first earned run of the game. Top 5, game tied at 3. Carlos Beltran again, this time just inside the bag at third. Alex Cora scores. Beltran 3 for 5, 3 RBIs. 2 batters later, David Wright. He finds the gap as well. Beltran, Gary Sheffield score. 6-3 Mets. That would be it for Randy Johnson. 4 innings, 7 earned, 11 hits. Bottom of 7. Giants down 7-5. Randy Wynn loops it to right. Giants cut the lead to 1. The very next batter, though, Santana. Well, Mr. Wynn not paying attention. Or maybe he was. It was just too good of a pickoff play. Picked off Santana, 7 innings, 4 earned run, 7 strikeouts. Mets are now 12-3 in May, and they've won 3 straight. Time against the Cubs. The 12 losses, the most against any team. Didn't help his cause. Bottom of 6, Micah Hoffpower, the 2-run shot, 4th of the year. Cubs up 3-0. 9th inning. Cubs trying to put it away. Lou Piniella goes to the bullpen for Kevin Gray. Lance Berkman crushed the first pitch he sees. 8th of the year. It's 4-1. No problem, though. It's a 3-run game. Next batter, Carlos Lee. Well, that's a home run to left. Astros trail 4-2. So Greg out, Aaron Heilman in. Bases loaded, still nobody out for Ivan Rodriguez. Off the handle, it drops. 2-run score, game tied at 4. Still top 9, bases loaded. Sean Marshall on in relief. Burke grounds to second. Cubs do get out of the inning, but we're tied at 4. Bottom of 9. 1 on, 1 out for Alfonso Soriano. An 0-2 pitch off the end of the bat. Bobby Scales comes flying in for the winning run. Cubs win 5.
Louis Friday, so they were still tied for first at first pitch on Saturday. This is Corey Hart, who tees off on Adam Wainwright in the second inning. It's a solo shot. Wainwright wouldn't give up anything else. Neither would Brewers starter Jeff Suppan. Still 1-0 in the 7th. Cards with runners at first and third. Skip Schumacher to short. J.J. Hardy makes the play. Brewers hanging on to that 1-run lead. Albert Pujols up in the 8th. Dangerous. Gets under it, though. And breathe. Pujols just 1 for 4. It's still 1-0. Trevor Hoffman time now. Gets Khalil Green to ground out to third. Hoffman's 9th save of the season in 9 tries. The Crew wins 1-0 with just 2 hits and takes over first place in the NL Central.
All right, everything going right these days for the first place Blue Jays. That, however, Joey Cora filling in for Ozzie Guillen, attending his son's college graduation. Top of the 2nd. Interesting airing for Alexei Ramirez. He grounds to a fielder's choice. That's 90 feet that he's run. We decided to put a counter on Ramirez. Next batter, A.J. Brzezinski. Pitch fouled away. Fouls off. He went to second. Has come all the way back. So now we're up to 270. Raul Chavez throws the first. That's 20 back. We're up to 290. Ramirez takes off on another foul ball. We're up to 470 feet now. Back again. Ramirez runs on another foul ball. We're up to 650. Marco Scutaro thinks this is pretty funny. Now Robert Ray throws over to first. 20 more feet, 670. I'm getting tired. So Ramirez will take off on the next pitch. However, Brzezinski fouls it to third. Scutaro can't believe it. Ramirez running back. Brzezinski saying hurry up. 850 feet.
All that for that.
So to put this in perspective, 850 feet equals the length of almost 3 football fields, 0.16 miles in the Preakness, about 9 NBA courts, and 4 1/4 NHL rinks. So Ramirez, well, he ran a long way. 8th inning now. Game tied at 1. Adam Lind on third after a wild pitch. Jose Batista, the broken bat single. Jays come back to win 2-1. Robert Ray, congratulations to him, picks up his first major league win. Sox dropped their 8th straight in Chamberlain. He's given up 7 first-inning runs in his last 2 starts. So how would he start in this one? Top 1, no score. Denard Span, swinging. Brendan Harris, looking. To a job of 6 strikeouts on the day. He would get a no decision. Bottom of 3, Yankees down 1-0, no more. Mark Teixeira starting to really pick it up. The 3-run shot, Nick Blackburn, 2 walks, come back to burn him. Yankees take a 3-1 lead. Top 4, Joe Mauer. Off to a ridiculous start this season. Solo home run, it's 3-2. Top 8, Justin Morneau. The M&M boys strike again, 2nd straight day that both Morneau and Mauer hit a home run in the same game. Later in the inning, tied at 3. Man on first for Brian Boucher. Into the corner, Michael Kadire on his horse. Melky Cabrera, though, misses the cutoff man. Kadire would have been toast. Instead, he scores. Yankees bullpen blows it again. Twins up 4-3. Bottom 8, 2 outs for Teixeira. With Alex Rodriguez on deck, they decide to pitch to Teixeira. His 4th hit of the game ties the game at 4. Bottom 11 now after a Teixeira walk. Tied at 4 for Alex Rodriguez.
There it goes. Deep left. It is high. It is far. It is gone. Alex Rodriguez has done it. An A-bomb from A-Rod. A 2-run blast in the left center field seats. Ball game over. Yankees win. The Yankees win.
For the 2nd straight day, the Yankees win with a walk-off. Their 4th win in a row for A-Rod, his first home run.
Still haven't seen his move yet.
Orioles and the Royals. Rich Hill making his season debut. Sent to the minors last year by the Cubs, then traded over to Baltimore, and he was good. That curveball working. Later in the 4th, bases loaded, Alberto Callaspo swings at the curve. That's left up, and it's a double to left. Coco Crisp scores. Willie Bloomquist scores. Royals tie it up at 2. Kyle Davies to Nick Markakis here. Grounds it up the middle. Past Callaspo. Cesar Izturis scores. Orioles retake the lead 3-2. But Hill gets Butler. The hook will bring you back. 6 strikeouts for him in his first win since May 2nd of last year. Carl Pavano on a 3-game win streak as he started against the Rays on Saturday. BJ upped it up in the 4th. Friday, he ended a 120 at-bat homerless streak. Saturday, he ended a 1 at-bat homerless streak. That means homers on back-to-back days. In the 6th, 2 on, nobody out for Johnny Peralta. Line drive down the first base line. Victor Martinez, who had 3 more hits. He's hitting .478 his last 12 games. Comes in to score here. Indians down 3-1. Later in the inning, 3-2. 2 on, 2 out for Luis Valbuena. 11th pitch of the at-bat. Garza finally gets him to pop out. Garza, 6 innings, 2 earned. He's 3-0 his last 4 starts.
How about a little day-night double dip in D.C.? Phillies, Nationals. That's Raul Ibanez. He has ripped the Nationals apart. 6 games so far coming into Saturday, and well, he really likes playing against them. Top of the 1st, Ibanez off Scott Olsen. The solo shot, Phillies lead 1-0. Top 3rd, catcher Josh Bard. Watch, he'll set up on the outside. However, Olsen's fastball runs high and inside. Ibanez turns it around. His 2nd of the game, 12th of the season. Phillies win 8-5 in Game 1. So Jackie Robinson Day being honored during Game 2 of the Phillies and Nationals. Remember, the last time was the rainout game. Top of the 3rd, Phillies trailing 1-0. Jimmy Rollins on 3rd after a triple. That's Chase Utley. Into the right field corner, Utley into 2nd. He was 3 for 3 in Game 2. 2 batters later, Ryan Howard. Just watch it go. Deep. Up into the grass, his 8th of the season. Phillies lead 3-1. Then there's that Ibanez guy up again, and, well, he wasn't tired. He was just getting busy. 13th of the season, 3rd of the day. Phillies lead 6-2. Then the rains came. Game would be called. Phillies win 7-5. Making his first big league start since May 8th of 2007. Bottom of 1st. First batter for Milton. Emilio Bonifacio.
Welcome back to the big league.
The first out. Good start for Milton. 2 batters later, they watch Hanley Ramirez. Fouls off the pitch. 1 bounce for the catch. That's a top play nominee. Bottom of the 3rd. Ramirez making his Dodgers dugout scatter. Wreaking havoc. Same at bat. Milton losing control with 2 outs. He walks Ramirez. Then Jorge Cantu walks. Then John Baker. Trot on down to first. Then Dan Ugla. Then bottom of 5, John Baker. A 2-run shot. 4-2 Marlins. They go on to win 6-3 Milton. 4 innings, 2 earned runs, 4 walks on just 84 pitches. So the Dodgers fall to 5-6. John Lackey back from the disabled list for his first start of the season, but it didn't last long. Let's go back first to Friday night. Rangers leadoff man Ian Kinsler flexing his muscles. 2 home runs against the Angels, but he didn't do any particular taunting. I say that because now we fast forward to Saturday. This is the first pitch. Bottom of the 1st to Ian Kinsler. Behind him, Kinsler gives Lackey a long look. The very next pitch, right in the ribcage. Lackey thrown out immediately. Mike Shosha is happy, arguing with home plate umpire Bob Davidson. Lackey trying to explain himself to no avail. His totals, no outs, 2 pitches, 1 earned run because Kinsler would later score. Bottom of the 2nd. Game tied at 1. Shane Lukes in relief. Jared Saltalamacchia, single, scoring 2 runs. Rangers take a 3-1 lead. Bottom of 4, game tied at 3. Michael Young with the bases loaded scores 1, 4-3. This game had 18 hits, 17 were singles. Top 5th. Vicente Padilla gets Kendry Morales to line into a hard double play. 9th inning now, same score, 2 out. Sean Figgins. C.J. Wilson on a close one for the Rangers. It's a top play nominee. Texas wins 5-3. That's 6 in a row for the Rangers. So John Lackey tossed after just 2 pitches.
3-7 against the American League West as Jason Bay of Boston took the field in Seattle. Jason Bay is out of his mind right now. 2-run shot to left field in the 1st. His 6th homer in 12 games, 11th on the season. He's driven in 40. Boston hit 3 homers on the day. Mariners down 4-2. Russell Branyan gets to Jason. Josh Beckett, double to left. Adrian Beltre coming around to score. The relay is late. Branyan to 3rd on the throw. It's a 4-3 game. Andy Chavez flies out to J.D. Drew. The threat is over. The Sox hold on to that 1-run lead. Beckett settled down. He got good. Ichiro goes down swinging, just 2 for 18 in his career against Beckett. Ken Griffey Jr. took it like a man. Adrian Beltre swinging, strikes out the side in the 5th. 2 earned runs over 7 innings for Beckett. His first start since opening day, allowing less than 3 earned for his 4th win.
Not apply. And with that, it's time for the top plays of the day. Little ACC baseball action. Clemson, NC State. Russell Wilson, slow chopper. Brad Miller, no problem. Gets you out of first. Clemson, if you're wondering, goes on to win 5-4.
I was. Dodgers, Marlins. Hanley Ramirez fouls off the pitch. The bat is flying into the stands. Check out the grab by that guy. He didn't even get up. He just sat right there. I got it. I'm cool. I saw back door of the stands in San Francisco as well. Apparently the catch wasn't.
Number 8, Astros Cubs. Kaz Matsui. Little fly ball to left. Alfonso Soriano. Who says he can't play left field?
Wasn't me.
Cubs also went on a Soriano walk-off single 5-4.
A's Tigers. Adam Everett, ground ball to middle. Orlando Cabrera, the little flip. Adam Kennedy on the other end. Tigers won the game 9-1. A's made top plays. It's trade up.
Number 6, German Bundesliga. Wolfsburg, Hanover. Edin Dzeko. He finished with a hat trick. Wolfsburg wins 5-0.
I'm going to upgrade to the English Premier League. Tottenham and Manchester City. Tom Huddlestone, the cross to Jermaine Defoe. Back heels the volley in. Nice.
Number 4, Diamondbacks, Braves.
Oh, he's got him hung up, the old 3rd to 1st. Keep an eye on the base runner, edging down the line now. They got a shot at 3rd. The throw. Got him.
Max Scherzer likes the look of that. Thanks, boys. Thanks for getting me out of that inning.
Thanks for finally getting him a win. Number 3, Brewers, Cards. Ryan Braun lines it to short. Look at Tyler Green out there. Tyler Green filling in for Khalil Green.
Number 2, Angels, Rangers, John Figgins. Up the middle, Ian Kinsler makes the play across his body. Chris Davis. Look at the stretch. Rangers win 5-3. Won 6 in a row.
Number 1, Twins, Yankees. Southpaw.
And if there it goes, deep left, it is high, it is far, it is gone. Alex Rodriguez has done it. A bottom of the 11th, no out, walk-off, 2-run home run. Ball game over. Yankees win. The Yankees win.